Dynamite! How's it going, all you guys and girls in the Illumination? Time to jump aboard the Loon Train. It's JJD, JJ Double J, the Illuminator here. Also known by almost countless other aliases and nicknames, but we won't get into that right now. I'm going to reiterate something I say every now and then about, especially this time of year, with American Thanksgiving coming up and Christmas and everything. Whether or not you actually go to someone's house and eat, as I call it, foreign cooking, eat. Some people eat cooking that is not their own or not their own families, or maybe people who normally might cook a different way or whatever. You cannot be afraid of trying something new when it comes to food, especially when it comes to food, because you never know what you might be missing. And like I always say, and I've said this before, when you try something new, sometimes good things happen, sometimes bad things happen. But if you don't try, nothing happens. It could end up being the greatest thing you ever tasted, or it might not be. It could be average. It could be something you don't want again, but you have to take that chance. Myself included. I was never one that was brought up on butternut squash, to have it mashed up like mashed potatoes, or like sweet potatoes, or yams, or however you want to call it. And the couple of times I had it in my life as a kid, I really didn't care for it. Well, we were doing something with the union at work back when I was I was in the union, but I wasn't a member, and I wasn't a member. I was in the union, but I wasn't an officer, and I wasn't running for anything. And this is going back to maybe around 10 years ago, maybe a little bit longer, because I've been involved for quite a while now. But I was one of the people that was counting up the ballots and all that. So uh, to do that, the union gave us vouchers for where we were doing it. Was the company worked there also, but there was this big, like, I want to say like a food court, not a cafeteria, but something like that. And it was, believe it or not, it was like 2 days before Thanksgiving, and they were doing this special Thanksgiving thing. Long story short, they gave you soup to nuts on this thing. We were able to get a free meal out of it, which was great, because I wasn't used to the union giving us anything at all. The fact that they were, other than what we already get from you. Don't get me wrong. I love unions. I'm part of a union, and I'm a union man through and through. But I was donating my time to do this, and I didn't think I was going to be getting anything for it. So this was a nice little bonus. But anyway, one of the things that they had was butternut squash, and it was free. I tried it, and I'll be a son of a gun that I actually liked it. Again, not the greatest thing I ever had in the world, but I was like, well, maybe there's a way of doing it that I can actually, like. Just like, there's more than one way to skin a cat. There's more than one way to make mashed potatoes, or more than one way to make baked beans, or whatever. There's different ways of doing things. So maybe I should give it another chance. Unlike my grandmother, who wouldn't use her glasses when she would shop, and she would actually buy, things that she didn't expect to be buying. So, you kind of had to try new things, because she'd go to open up, something that she thought was maybe green beans, and you end up eating, like sauerkraut, or, something like that. But, you can't be afraid to try new things, whether it's thrust upon you or not. Anyway, I learned that sometimes, because I grew up in a household where my mother cooked for my father, and he had his favorite things, and that's what we ate. So if you were hungry, you ate what was on the table. So the bottom line here is, sometimes, take a chance. It's only food. The worst is that you might not like it as much. It's not like it's going to taste terrible. Unlike me, I've never been a tapioca person. I've had tapioca many times, and I've never liked tapioca pudding. I don't know what it is. So I know to stay away, because I've tried it many, 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 many times. So certain things but if it's something like Brussels sprouts, and I don't know if I like it or not, try it. Don't just say you don't like it because you hear kids don't like Brussels sprouts. So whatever. Especially this time of the year. If you're heading over to someone else's house that you normally wouldn't eat at for the holidays, or for Thanksgiving, or Christmas, or whatever you celebrate, don't be afraid to try something new. What are your thoughts? Please put your comments below. I'm off to the races. This is the Illuminator. I'll be back.
Game over.